Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel. So Victor Osimhen finally gets his unveiling with Galatasaray Football Club yesterday night at the Rams Park, which is the home of the Galatasaray Football Club. They played a match in their home stadium against Lazio Football Club. It actually ended 2-2. Final score, Torreira scored 2 goals for Galatasaray. And then Sanchez and Zakagni scored. Sanchez actually scored an own goal, in his own nets for Galatasaray, and then Zakagni scored Lazio's second goal. They almost lost it because Pedro nearly scored the third goal for Lazio at the dying minute. But at the end of the day, it's good that they didn't lose the match because obviously it was a special occasion for them, particularly so with the unveiling of Victor Osimhen alongside Leroy Sané. It was an unveiling that happened before the game started, and it was very interesting to watch. The stadium was packed to the brim. Gala fans turned out their numbers. I'm sure they sold out all of the Osimhen printed jerseys and the merchandise and everything, just like they plan to do to recoup some of the money that they spent on getting Victor Osimhen. But I'm sure the sales is going to continue online, in stores, Galatasaray mega stores and all the outlets that they are selling their merchandises, because the people in the marketing and finance department, they would have obviously done their balancing of books to see how to how to make exact amount that they spent, or maybe more than the amount that they spent. That's definitely their objective with the club, to balance the books. But the ceremony was really good. Osimhen turned up with his child, Hailey Osimhen, who was also wearing Osimhen's mask, the smaller size, and then Osimhen's girlfriend, who's probably his fiancée at this point, also showed up to support the Nigerian international. And it's now official. Osimhen can start playing football match with the club, and it's a little bit scary when you look at the lineup that Galatasaray has now in the attacking area. They have Nwakali, who's now back and fit to play games, Osimhen, and Leroy Sané, who's a new inclusion. This is for sure going to be a front street to look out for this coming season. Will they impress? Will they turn out to be the best trio in Europe? Only time will tell. But let's move on. Let's move away from that, guys, and let me talk a little bit about the CHAN tournament, which was kicked off from yesterday. We saw one of the host nations in Tanzania playing against. So Tanzania scored 2 goals in that match. First one was a penalty by Abdullahi Suleiman Hamisi in the 45 minute, and then later in the 71 minutes, Mohamed Hussein scored the second goal. Today we have a couple of games. Kenya, which is also one of the host nations, have a game against DR Congo, 1 p.m. The match is probably already on right now. And then we have Morocco versus Angola later around 4 p.m. Nigeria is still one or 2 days away. We have our game against Senegal on the 5th. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out. For the Kenyan side, their fans have been turning up in numbers because these group stages, their group stage games rather, will be played in their home country, and also I think one of their stadiums have been picked to be used for the final. So we are going to expect a lot of home supporters to actually cheer the R&B Stars of Kenya to at least get a head start, get a really good start today. But let's see what happens. There's also some huge incentive from their president, William Samoei, who has now promised a lot of money to the Kenyan players if they win, games. Just to give you a summary of his promises to them, I said that if they win every single game that they win, they have $7,000 each for the players, and then every draw they have like $3,000 each for the players, and then if they qualify for the quarterfinals, they have $463,000 as a team, and then if they qualify for semifinals, they have $542,000. and then if they actually qualify to the final, they have $4 million. So this is the promise. This is the promise that the president has now given to them. But it's one thing to promise, and it's another thing for you to actually receive the promise that was made to you. But at the end of the day, it's definitely going to inspire them, especially knowing that they are home-based players who don't make a lot of money. They don't make this kind of money that is being promised. So they are going to want to fight to try and get the victory for today's game. But let's move forward, guys, and let's talk about one of our players who is in a bit of a trouble right now, Kelechi Nwakali. He's always find a way to put himself in difficult situations, with his different clubs, and I think that is uh, one of the reasons why his career hasn't really gone as good as we expected it to be. Right now, the report is that he's been dropped, by Barnsley Football Club from their official, team, or from their official squad member for the new season. In fact, he didn't even travel with them for preseason because, as it was reported, he came late to their preseason camp. He came late to the preseason camp, so the coach decided to, uh, walk him out and ask him to join the development squad. So right now he's practically training alone, and I think the championship has already even started, and is not in list to make appearances for at least the first few games of the championship. So that is what's happened now with Kelechi Nwakali. There hasn't been much word said about his future, from the club or the coach, except that they are disappointed in the fact that he came late, and they just wanted to, follow the disciplinary measure that is due for anyone who comes late. So that is what's happening. I'm sure this man is going to be thinking about his future now, because he came to this club, Barnsley, signed a 3-year contract. That was last year, hoping to rejuvenate his career and then possibly move to a bigger club. But right now, his attitude has put him in a difficult position right again. What does the future hold for Kelechi Nwakali? Is he going to come back from this, or will Barnsley look for a way to discard him and send him to another club? But that's the update, guys. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel, like and share the video, subscribe to Naijafoottv, and I'll catch you soon in my next video.